to the alto sax part, and it actually could be any saxophone. Let's be real, they're all kind of same fundamental mechanics of a tuning video. And you might be thinking, oh, why do I need this? Well, I'll talk about that in a second. First thing is this little guy right here. Don't be freaked out. It's listening to me talk. It'll also listen to me play. It's a tuner on screen. This one is Tonal Energy. It's the one I have on my iPad and my phone in class. It does cost a couple bucks on the App Store, but there are plenty of free ones that work just fine. I like this one because it has the weird faces. And also, all my students have a Smart Music subscription. There's a tuner built into Smart Music for you. When talking about sax, actually when talking about any instruments, you're like, why do I need to be in tune? Well, your hands can be doing the right thing, but if your instrument is out of tune, you're going to sound wrong. And especially if you're using something like Smart Music, it might be telling you you're playing a wrong note when you're like, I totally got my hands on the right thing, I don't understand. Well, your instrument might be out of tune. So how do you fix that? As a saxophonist, the first place we want to check is right up here, how far in or out our mouthpiece is on that cork, because that's going to change the whole length of our saxophone, you think. And that doesn't matter what saxophone you play, all saxes, if we're pulled all the way out, our sax is going to sound super flat because we made our instrument an inch longer. And if we push all the way in, one, you're probably going to mess up your cork. Two, you're probably going to sound super sharp because you just made your instrument as small as possible. So usually there's a happy medium. Right, and so if I was going to test with like a G, right, that'd be like the band playing concert B flat. I see I'm a little bit flat. Flat meaning I'm a little bit below the note, and sharp meaning I'd be a little bit above the note, so a little bit higher than the pitch. So how do I fix that? If I'm flat, I got to push in. If I'm sharp, I need to pull it out and make my instrument longer, right? So since I was a smidge flat, I'm going to push in just a little bit, try not to like wobble my reed all around. Now I'm a little bit too sharp, right? Just a hair. So I'm going to pull back out just a smidge. Could also be that I'm wobbling my reed around. I really should be using a metal ligature. Still a bit sharp. Right, so this is actually, the fun game of tuning is how do I get my instrument to light up right where I need it to be so that that G is really a G. So happy, right? So what I ended up doing was pushing in a little bit on my instrument and then pulling out a little bit on my instrument until I find the spot where when I play that G, boom, it registers that my instrument is now in tune. And theoretically then, it puts the rest of my notes in tune. Now, not all notes go in tune. You do have to do this every time you set your instrument up. It's not like an exact, like, this is where my mouthpiece goes every day. No, because if it's hot outside or it's cold outside or your saxophone doesn't like you, it's going to be like, I'm not in tune today. Sorry about it. You got to adjust me. So every time you sit down to play, I'd recommend play through a scale, play a little bit, get some air in your instrument, make sure that reed is working, and then start this tuning process real quick before you're sitting down to like work with Smart Music, or if you're in class, then before we start playing with the whole band, play a little bit right in that warm-up time, and ask to use a tuner, or pull your phone out real quick, use the tuner that you put on your device, so that we can make sure your sax is in tune. Because if I have a saxophone that's pushed all the way in, next to a saxophone that is pulled all the way out, it sounds like one of those boats coming into shore, even though they're both playing a G, and it's very scary. So, yeah, I hope that was a quick enough video to kind of explain to you, boom, how to tune stuff. If you have more questions, ask me.